Over 200 years ago, Americans built one of the first submarines ever, and it was wild. The pilot literally held a bomb in his arms, pedaling underwater, sneaking up beneath enemy ships. Once the bomb was in place, he'd light the fuse, pedal away as fast as he could, and hope he made it out before the explosion. And get this, he couldn't even surface before detonation. His only hope? A solid pair of lungs. The original sub was basically a wooden barrel, built from oak and sealed with tar to keep it watertight. The pilot would climb in, open a valve to let water in, and use that to control how deep the sub went. The bomb? Strapped to the back and connected to a drill in the front. The idea was to pedal under an enemy ship, drill the bomb into the bottom, and then escape. But by that time, warships were armored with steel, and the drill just couldn't cut through. Add to that the fact that the cramped sub only had enough air for 30 minutes, and the mission had to be abandoned. So the engineers went back to the drawing board. They made the sub way bigger, enough to hold 9 men, and swapped the drill for a giant harpoon. Now, they could ram into enemy ships and stab the harpoon right in, attach the bomb, and then take off. So it could cause real damage, but it still meant someone had to get up close and personal with the enemy. That's when the idea hit. Why not build a bomb that doesn't need a person to deliver it? Enter the modern torpedo. The first versions were powered by compressed air. When launched, a valve would open and the pressurized air drove pistons, propelling the torpedo forward. But there was a problem. All that air left a trail of bubbles. Pretty soon, enemies figured out how to spot and dodge them. So engineers switched to electric motors. Better stealth, but that meant bigger batteries. Some torpedoes grew over 7 meters long, which meant submarines had to get bigger too. And as subs got bigger, they needed more fuel to stay out longer. The solution? A submarine-sized gas station. Replenishment subs were built to carry over 400 tons of fuel. But during refueling, both subs had to surface, making them sitting ducks. Clearly, something better was needed. So, engineers had another breakthrough: nuclear power. Instead of fuel tanks, they installed nuclear reactors. Fission generated heat, which turned water into steam, powering turbines and driving the propeller. The idea was simple, but building a safe, compact nuclear reactor for a sub? Not so easy. That changed in 1954, when the USS Nautilus became the world's first nuclear-powered sub. It could sail 30,000 nautical miles and stay submerged for up to 50 days. A total game-changer. And with all that power came next-level weapon systems. Modern subs don't just fire torpedoes anymore. They launch ballistic missiles, even underwater. Inside each launch tube, there's a watertight seal. When the launch button is pressed, compressed air shoots the missile out at nearly 80 kilometers per hour from a depth of 40 meters. The second it hits open air, it ignites and rockets toward its target. Today's nuclear subs are nearly impossible to detect and can stay hidden for months. That's why they're considered one of the most powerful tools in modern military strategy.